What is a variable? When should we assign a variable? And how we use the variable and assign new numbers to it or use it for different calculations and logic. In this video, we will talk about variables in general for any programming language. Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. Now, you may ask yourself, why should I use a variable? Let's say that we want to print a number on the monitor. Okay, that's easy. Most of the programming languages have a command called print, and we can just print 1, 2, 3. And it will work. Sometimes they ask you to send it as a string. Again, it will work. However, sometimes we want to do math calculations on that 1, 2, 3 before printing it. So let's say that we have 1, 2, 3 and we want to add, for example, I don't know, 10 to that and divide the whole number by 53 and print the value, whatever it is. Now, how can we do that? Because 1, 2, 3 or 123 is just an arbitrary number, and when we go to the next line, program will forget about it. This is where variables come in. Now, we start with an integer, okay, and we say, hey, int a equals to this. In this single line of code, we define that a is a variable of type integer, and at the same time, we initialized a with a predefined number. If we didn't put any number here, the default value for any integer is 0. So if we didn't put that equal 1 to 3, a would be equivalent of 0 in memory. However, now we say that, hey, I want a default number for a, and that is 123. Okay, the next line we say a equals to a plus 10. Now here we are adding that 10 to a, and this is how we assign a new value to a predefined variable. Now let's create a new integer variable and we call it b, and we assign the number 53. Simple enough. The result of this math should be something with decimal values. So it's up to us to make a decision if we want to use a float or double here. Let's start with double. So we will say double c equals to, now remember here a is equivalent of 123 plus 10. So we say a divided by b, but we will have an issue here. Both a and b are integer, and if we divide an integer by an integer, the result will be an int, and it will drop the precision after the decimals, and the compiler will show a warning to you that says, hey, this will result in an integer and you will lose the precision there. So the only way to solve something like that is to say that, hey, one of these two values, a or b, should be handled like a double or a float, something with precision, okay? And this is called casting. I'm not gonna dive into the meaning of the casting because casting is related to types. You should learn about types. You should understand reflection and many more things to deeply understand the type cast. However, to get you started, just think about it like this. We are telling the compiler that, hey, behave and think about b like it's a double. Think about it as a double. So, of course, we said that, hey, b is 53. But in this line of code, we say, hey, behave like b is a double. So the compiler will see the b as 53.0 in this line. Of course, again, it's living in the scope of this line alone. So whenever we end the line and the compiler goes to the next line, b becomes an integer again, because this is a temporary command. However, that's sufficient for us. Now we define c as the result of this math, and finally we can say, hey, print c for us, and that's it. So we created a variable, we assigned a value to a variable, we changed the value, we used that value later in our program. This is the main usage of variables. Now variables can be of any type in your programming based on the possibilities in your programming. For example, it can be integer or boolean or string or any base value type that your program gives you. Okay, we covered all of them, almost all of them, in these theory concept videos. However, there are more data types out there that we are not talking about them in these videos because this is the simple theory for beginners, and some of them are collections of different values, and they are exactly called collections. So a variable can be a type of collection. Don't worry if you don't know what is the collection. As I said, it's a little bit more advanced, so we are not talking about collections right now, but when we are talking about Java programming, you will learn about collections. When we are diving into Unity and C# programming, you will learn about collections, so no worries there. However, if you define your own type of object like person as a class or a structure or whatever, the variable can be type of any one of those classes and objects. Hell, in C#, for example, you have object type as the very base type for everything, and you can assign a variable as an object. So you will have the very base functionality for that variable. Nothing beyond that, but the very base functionality for an object. And it has its own usages. Rare, but it has its own usage. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.